Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Harry Smith with your 3 o'clock headlines. Only 15 days since his departure from Tottenham, Jose Mourinho has already found a new club to manage in AS Roma. He has signed a deal lasting until 2024 and will join the team ahead of the beginning of next season. This will be the Portuguese's second time in Italy as a manager, previously winning the treble of the Champions League, Coppa Italia and the Serie A title with Inter Milan. This is now Mourinho's 9th team he's managed, and he'll be looking to extend his impressive haul of 25 trophies and bring glory back to Rome. A police officer stands trial today for the murder of former Aston Villa star Dalian Atkinson. PC Benjamin Monk of West Mercia Police was charged back in 2019 with murder and an alternative charge of manslaughter after an inquiry into Mr Atkinson's death in 2016. The prosecution claimed the standard time of use for a taser is 5 seconds, yet jurors heard PC Monk held the trigger for a total of 33 seconds. Atkinson was also allegedly kicked in the head twice with enough force to leave the imprint of PC Monk's bootlaces. Over the weekend, clubs throughout the English football pyramid conducted a social media blackout to raise awareness for online abuse. Luke Wallace has more details.
Southampton joined a united front in football this week by joining a social media blackout to play their part in the fight against all forms of discrimination. The blackout, which spread across football, tennis, rugby and cricket, as well as broadcasters Sky, BT and TalkSport, saw everyone involved refuse to post anything on platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube and TikTok from 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon until midnight on Tuesday morning.
Boycotts like these are probably not expected by the clubs or the players to sort of solve the problem. It is a case of drawing attention to the problem, and this one has done it very well. We've got not just the players and the clubs, but you've also got the sporting institutions themselves.
However, not everyone is convinced by the efficiency of the blackout.
Obviously, it's good to see. So you can see that the club's trying to do something to combat racism. But I don't think that it will have that much of an effect due to the people that are being racist. They're not going to change just because of a weekend without social media.
It showed that even though there's big football going on, it's bigger than football. The online abuse that's being received. So all the football teams were sending a message to these companies that it doesn't matter what's going on in football. This is bigger than that, and they need to do more to stop it.
After a quiet weekend, only time will tell as to whether the move was effective or not. Luke Wallace, Solent Sports News.
Eastleigh take on AFC Bournemouth in the Hampshire FA Senior Cup final tonight at 7:15. The game will be played behind closed doors at the Snows Stadium in Totton. Eastleigh beat Southampton 4-2 on penalties to reach the final, while Bournemouth won 3-2 against Moneyfields. I spoke to our commentator for this match, Doug Taxel-Weber, to hear his thoughts on the matchup.
The Hampshire Senior Cup has been going for so long. It started in the 1800s. It is a knockout tournament involving all the teams from Hampshire. All the kind of top sides play in it. The elite sides tend to put out not a weakened side, but they tend to put out their younger team. But it's a tournament that it's been steeped in history. So this one, unlike other seasons, this one's been delayed quite a lot. So it'll be, we've been anticipating it for a while.
Okay, so I know you touched on the teams a little bit earlier, but what can you tell us about the two teams? Can we expect to see any first teamers featured or anything like that?
So it's Eastleigh against Bournemouth. So the Eastleigh side, they tend to put out a few of their first team players, but since their last round, since their semi-final, they've made a real push for the playoffs. So there's a chance, and that's their first team in the National League. So there's a chance that we won't see as many first teamers tonight, but there'll still be a great quality of player on their side. And then with Bournemouth, they've got quite a young side in the Championship anyway. So a number of the players that you'll see tonight do play in the Championship, including people like Jayden Anthony, who played at the weekend, came on as a sub for the first team. So it's a really decent kind of standard of football.
Don't forget, the match will be broadcasted live on Solent University's YouTube channel with coverage starting at 7 o'clock. You can find a link to the match in the description of this video. Following the side's return to training after a COVID-enforced break, Joe Parker spoke to Solent ladies manager Rafa Citron.
UK slowly coming out of another lockdown, the past few weeks has seen the return of non-elite level football throughout England, and this was no different at Solent University, where the women's team were back training and gearing up for their first game since December. This was the first time the whole squad had been together training and preparing since the UK were put into lockdown back in November, and you could tell just how much this moment meant to the girls, and especially to manager Rafa Citron. Rafa the Gaffer, as he's known to his players, spoke to us about how training went and the place the team are in now with the players they have on trial, and how excited he is for the remainder of the season, however short it may be.
I got 21 players tonight, but it's really good. There's still some to come, but yeah, really excited. To be honest with you, I think this is the best group I ever had. I think all of them are playing for local clubs, one or two are not playing. We can see already in this first 1 hour that the level will be really good, so I'm impressed. They have the knowledge of football, they have the skills needed, so just to build the team now.
New signing Amberly Silk also shared her thoughts with us on what she could bring to the side.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously we're new, so it's kind of like hard to gel maybe, but that will come. I think confidence as well will come. But yeah, no, they're a good group of girls.
While there is no current date for a first game back, the players are training hard and hopefully they don't have to wait much longer for a bit of competitive football. Good luck to all of Solent sports teams returning to action in the next few weeks.
Manchester City face PSG in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final at the Etihad tonight as they look to reach their first ever final in the competition. Pep Guardiola's side fought back after going 1-0 down by half-time in Paris, with Kevin De Bruyne and Riyad Mahrez scoring to give them a 2-1 away goal lead heading into the return leg. PSG star man Kylian Mbappe might not be fit enough to be involved, as he's still recovering from a calf problem he picked up at the weekend. The Frenchman has travelled with the squad, but a decision won't be made until the last minute to see whether he will feature.
Yes, I think we need to assess Kylian. Today is going to start with individual training sessions and see if he can be with the team on the.
It's an upsetting day for cricket fans as the Indian Premier League has been suspended indefinitely due to a surge in positive coronavirus cases. Jacob Tanswell has more on the ongoing situation.
This morning, the Indian Premier League, the IPL, cricket's global tournament, the biggest franchise in the sport, announced that due to the ongoing cases against coronavirus, they will suspend the tournament indefinitely. With cases reaching 300,000 a day, India is well and truly in a state of crisis, with other nations facing a fight against time to provide vital aid to a country that has a population of 1.3 billion. While cricket is often a source of much joy, the staggering number of deaths mean not even cricket can lift the gloom. Currently, India have recorded over 200 million cases and have recently suffered 220,000 deaths. The BCCI, India's Cricket Council, released a statement this morning confirming the suspension of the competition. It reads, "The BCCI does not want to compromise on the safety of the players, support staff and the other participants involved in organising the IPL. The decision was taken keeping safety, health and well-being of all the stakeholders in mind." One franchise, the Kolkata Knight Riders, had confirmed a severe total of cases amongst the team. That announcement today looks to prove the final straw for the competition as a whole. With India's morale undoubtedly taking a hit following the news that their richest, most popular competition is postponed, we took to the streets of Southampton to find out if cricket lovers agreed with the BCCI's decision.
COVID should be definitely over sport any day, because it's health, people's health. You've got to look after people's health before playing sports.
Suspending it is probably the best thing to do now, and then put safety first, and then after all that, then they can look back at getting back into it properly when everyone's able to.
It remains yet to be seen whether the tournament will go ahead this year or they'll have to reschedule it at a later date. But at the moment, for cricket fans worldwide, and especially in India, COVID has put a stop to everything they love.
With gyms finally reopening across the country, Ali Pollock spoke to members of the public to see whether they think now is the right time.
With the second phase of lockdown restrictions being eased on April 12th, gym goers around the city have finally been able to get back to proper exercise. Southampton Central's gym is one of the main centres to reopen and has seen hundreds of people return in recent weeks. Despite worries of health and safety, many think it's about time that they finally reopen.
I think it's the same as like opening a shop, isn't it? It's like there's just as much risk in a shop as there is in a gym, so I think there's, as long as they're being safe and social distancing, then there's no issue with the gyms being open, so yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, I know many gyms have proper sanitation stations available for all of the equipment, so not really, no. And I think everyone who goes to the gym is aware of what is going on.
Obviously for people's mental health, it's done a lot for a lot of people, so yeah, in a way it definitely is. But with the numbers, I mean, you can never be too careful, I suppose, as well. We'll just try to be safe, that's all.
Members of the public are happy to be lifting weights again, and so are those who work in the health centres. Personal trainers around the country can finally get back to proper gym work rather than home workouts, which lets them help people who are looking to find some fitness after a difficult 12 months.
I think gym reopening is an amazing thing again. A lot of us have missed out on almost a year of our life of training when we could have developed ourselves further, but now we're back into it. I think it's amazing. Everyone can get back into shape and start feeling better about themselves, really.
While the gym's reopening obviously helps everyone's physical health, it also has an impact on mental well-being. Other personal trainers have been able to work on their own fitness as well as that of others. Seeing clients come back with more motivation than ever has been a particular highlight for some.
It's really good. Like over lockdown, I was like doing some home workouts, but it just wasn't really the same as going to gym. But now I'm back, going to gym, just hitting it most days, and then it's just really good to see everyone else again. There's more of an enthusiasm by everyone because everyone else has just started working out more over lockdown because they were getting bored, obviously. And there's more motivation by everyone.
That's all from us for now. I'm Harry Smith and this is Solent Sport News. Goodbye.